Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe space. Today's topic is how to attract your tribe, and we are having an amazing community space. So, very excited about today and all the possibility. Oh, hey, Lance has just arrived. Hey, Lance, hope you're doing well. Love to invite you up because this is a community space. Okay, we have Ron, our co-host here. Let me set you up with a microphone. Okay. And we have Rev Mac Live in the house. Let's get you lock and loaded with your speaker. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, Rev, Lance, and Indra.
Hello.
Hey everybody, how's your day so far?
Truly blessed, and hope you're having a great one too, Rev.
I am. I swung back by the compound to get a little lunch and join the Vibe Tribe, and then I'm going to go back out there into the masses and have some fun.
Love it. We're so blessed to have you for your lunch hour. We are very, truly blessed. Thank you so much. And when I see Lance here, I know that Karen's here too. So super excited that you're both here in the space. And this is like one of my favorite topics. Well, I have so many favorite topics, but how to attract your tribe. So this is going to be truly amazing. I'm super excited about this topic. And I see that Ron is firing up the nest. Amazing. Wow. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome, Indra.
That is just beautiful indeed. Okay. And, we have some of our listeners are starting to pour in. I know I did open up the space a little bit early, getting set up. Welcome, Tracy. And hey, welcome to Bunsen and Beaker. Jason, great to have you here. We have a community space today, so it's all very informal and excited to be chatting about attract your tribe and how important it is and how we all do this and sharing some gems between ourselves. So this is going to be a really fun conversation. Looking forward to it. Okay. And so we have, like anybody who wants to come up early, this is a very informal space today because it's about the community. Our Positivity Vibe Tribe community is growing. And last count, I believe it was over 6,400 members. Wow. Guys, this is incredible. And I just want to say, Ron, have you noticed the beautiful posts that, you have noticed, right?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Every day there's something to appreciate from the members, and like you said, it's just exponential growth in the community.
Yes, and now Ron is our lead moderator in the community, but we have assigned 3 more moderators recently. We have Riz, Senthil, and Tay who have joined the moderating team. So it is growing and just so much excitement for all the wonderful work that they do and their involvement in the community. Rev, have you checked out the Vibe Tribe lately with all these people posting incredible things? Okay.
It is amazing just how massive the Vibe Tribe has gotten, and all the great stuff that's on there, and all the hard work that the moderators are doing. I'm just not I'm not as quick and smart as Ron, so I'm glad we've got him and that team.
Okay.
Team all. And yeah, I'm maybe a little prettier, but that's
about it. Okay. All right. So, what I did want to just welcome everybody to do is to tweet out the space and let everybody know that we are here and live and excited to start talking about our topic for today. And special welcome to Bunsen and Beaker, who are our official partners. They are partnering with the Positivity Vibe Tribe. They just have the best vibes in their spaces. If you love pets, if you love science, get the vibe in their spaces and do connect and follow them as well. Amazing account with those two adorable little dogs. Oh my gosh. Well, I shouldn't say one of them is not little anymore, but still adorable. So yes, welcome, Jason. Love having you in the space and really excited about this partnership. Okay, so I am going to tweet out the space, and while we are warming up, Rev and Ron, feel free to talk amongst yourselves to get this party started on what your thoughts are on Attract Your Tribe.
Sure.
Well, Ron,
Go ahead, Brett.
Ron, I got to say that I think one of the fundamental keys to, and not everybody is a people person, but one of the fundamental keys to a good existence, I was just listening to someone talking about the power of the internet, and the good and the bad is what we see here, where like-minded people, from Jason, Bunsen and Baker, to you, to all these folks that come here that want to have a positive lived experience, and it's just a great resource in creating a community. Is I think it's all about reaching out, networking, and just sometimes having a little bit of courage to to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I'd like to show you this, or get to know you, and bring you into this great concept that we have here.
Absolutely, Rev. And what's amazing though is that you say reaching out and everything, but we're not in person. This is social audio, but it's amazing how real it really is. It's not you can't discredit or diminish its power. And so we find each other through these channels, and we do join into like-minded endeavors, and that's the Positivity Vibe Tribe for sure.
Yeah, 100%. What is real and what isn't. The science is telling us that social audio kind of has a powerful impact, I think, on the brain, and it really brings. There's lots of studies that are starting to be shown. Look, social audio uses 98% less electricity than a Zoom meeting. So you tell your bosses to turn those cameras off so we can have a lovely, healthy, positive world to live in, and that their big corporate Zoom meetings need to switch to social audio.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that idea, because some people are chained to the Zoom, right? And it even happens to me sometimes. I'm chained to the Zoom. So we can definitely have a lot more freedom in the realm of social audio and just being more audio orientated. I love it. I love that share. Thank you so much. So I wanted to just kind of set some premises for the space. First of all, hey guys, check out the nest up above. Rev and Ron's heads, bobbleheads. There are a couple of dots up there. So the first one is, I'm excited to announce the exclusive Super Followers VIP Club as a monthly paid subscription. So if you are interested in getting into those VIP spaces, we had the first one yesterday, and it was really exciting. Thank you to the super followers. Not all of them could make it. There's some time zone differences, and we're going to figure it out. But basically, yesterday it was an AMA, Ask Me Anything about my career as a model, TV host, as a producer in film and television, or my experience as a project manager and in consulting, or anything else, what I've learned about health and nutrition and wellness from my mum being a nutritionist. I mean, basically, everything was on the table. So we had a really nice discussion, and it was really fun, our first one. So I'm looking forward to having more super followers join us in the next super follower spaces, and also exclusive first release video content will be available to you guys. Then the next thing is up in the nest is join our Positivity Vibe Tribe community. It's just such a beautiful, warm community with so many feel-good vibes. Really, it's all the people that are in the community. It's all of you that make it an incredible community. So I feel very grateful to everybody here. And then thank you to our sponsors, Wordsmith Pakistan, for all that you do in wonderful content creation, helping us out with so many design elements. Our flyer usually for today is also created by them. So contact them if you are looking for a little bit more support. And then the last thing up in the nest is How to Attract Your Tribe, the actual show. So check that out. The YouTube video show is up there in the nest. And it's my take in under 10 minutes on how to attract your tribe. But we're going to cover a lot of those things also here. So first of all, when we're talking about attracting a tribe, we're really talking about similar people with similar mindsets and people that we want. And I'm going to take that back. Not necessarily similar mindset, because we want people to challenge us that are going to know more than us as well. That's inspirational. I love to connect with people that know a lot more than me. And I'm sitting here in this wonderful tribe, and I have the pleasure of being amongst your company in all the specialty areas that all of you have. But what I'm really talking about, I guess, at the base level is the energy that we have, the good vibes that we want to connect with. It's a great thing to have people in your circle that are encouraging with you, that you can be on the journey to prosper, to learn. I consider myself to be a lifelong learner, and I know that's the same for many of you here in this space. We are constantly, I almost feel like we are sponges. We're human sponges on so many levels. And when we have that open mindset to learn, we are constantly growing. And it's really such an abundant mindset. I mean, it just leads on to abundance of everything in our life, because there really is enough of everything for all of us to prosper. So, I'd like to, we've already got Tracy up here as a speaker. Love to ask you, Tracy, what are some of your thoughts on this concept of attracting your tribe?
Well, I'm kind of here to learn. I mean, I've been pretty singularly unsuccessful in doing so far. I've had quite a few spaces with just me in the room, and maybe I've had like one or two other people who have joined momentarily. So I'm pretty good at repelling, but I'm not so good on the attracting front. So just here to listen and learn, really.
Love it. One of the things that I mentioned in my video is that sometimes it's great to just take a moment and reflect. And for some of us, that could be journaling. For some of us, it could be going for a walk. If you're Bunsen and Beaker, it could be taking the dogs for a walk and having that time alone, and just to have that headspace to think about stuff. And often it's a great time to just reflect on things, on our values, on the things that are important to us. And often when we kind of, figure out, okay, well, this is important to me, this isn't important to me, and we're thinking about things, we're attracting things towards us. We're attracting people, we're attracting things, we're attracting opportunities. Sometimes the door just opens up wide when you are able to connect to your real self, to your inner self, and just kind of like understand, well, what is really important to me? And I'm just really getting down to the foundation of this topic, attract your tribe, and the fundamentals of when I say, look, yes, it's fun, attract your tribe by sending out your vibe, but it actually is your energy. We are all spiritual beings, on so many levels, and we're emotional beings as well. And that's really important to understand the power that we have, our personal power in creating a wonderful and positive life. And that's why the people that surround us, like think about, say, maybe 10 people that you might be in contact with on a regular basis that just keep kind of turning up into your space, into your, when I say space, well, maybe literally in your space, but if you are into Twitter Spaces, but as in, they could be part of your weekly text routine or your phone calls, or you send emails, or you share something with them, as simple as that. And that they are the people that maybe that you're in contact a lot. So you want to be selective about what is important to you in attracting those people with the same values and interests as you, and also people that are going to inspire you on to do great things, that support you, that are constantly they're just there every time you turn around. There's that person again. They are just there. Have you ever noticed that situation where there seems to be some of those people that are always there? And that's your tribe. They're your family. And when I talk about the tribe, I'm talking about family, about friends. And sometimes it's not necessarily blood family. It's actually the people around you are your family because they're so supportive and encouraging. And somehow, even if you haven't discussed maybe the details of, what your every single thought and process that you have, there's some sort of connection that's going on. And it's almost uncanny that you really haven't had a specific conversation with them about it, but you just feel like you are aligned somehow and on the journey together. And when I say that, there's some sort of sense of belonging and connection that makes you feel comfortable around those people. And sometimes, often, we've never even met each other face to face. And that's the great thing about having these connections, and about, well, I have to say what social audio has also brought about for many of us. I mean, here we all are in this space enjoying just this connection. I mean, look around at all the people here in this space. It really is incredible. I'd love to ask Lance. Welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. You are no stranger here. And if we have Lance, that means we have Karen. Love to hear your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe.
Hi, Indra. Hi, Rev. Hi, Noble Ron. This is Lance here. Actually, Karen's indisposed right now and had a harder time sleeping, so she's getting some Z's. So under Attract Your Tribe, actually, what was a really cool thing about attracting your tribe was I remember meditating, and I could see a whole bunch of loving, spiritual, just unconditional loving people around me. I ended up writing about it. I kept on burning letters to the universe, just where you write a spiritual letter and then you burn it to the universe. And then I ended up making a vision board and saying on the vision board what type of people I wanted in my circle for my life. So I met a lot of people that had the fixed mindset where it was so black and white, where they never want to go outside the box. They want to be negative. Where I want to have the growth mindset and to grow and to keep on growing, like Indra says, as a lifelong learner. So from vision board and attraction with my own energy, I ended up coming up with the word Zenergy. It's the Zen energy that you put into your network working. But what was really cool about the Zenergy networking, more people I networked with in Twitter led me to Positivity Vibe Tribe. So I never found Positivity Vibe Tribe. Positivity Vibe Tribe found me.
Oh, wow. I love that, Lance. I love that so much. And the word that you just said, sorry, could you say that again? I was typing your previous quote. I was so busy typing it. What did you just say, please?
I talked about the Zenergy.
Zenergy.
It's the Zen energy that you put into the networking, and but when you're putting in your own energy with that networking, yeah, it's amazing what you can do. So it goes back to the law of attraction: asking, believing, receiving. You ask once, you become patient, You put all your faith and loving words all your problems within God's hands, and then with enough faith and willingness, you actually close your eyes, visualize where you want it to be, and you feel it. You become still in the stillness, but then it's the whole receiving. Like, what are you going to do when it comes? How does it feel to you?
That's incredible. I hope I captured that and did it, Grace.
Yeah,
Zenergy. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to steal that and quote you on it whenever I say everybody. Are you bringing your Zenergy as per at Lance Seabird 1? I think I might have to steal that but give you a direct quote and credit on that, Lance. That's
absolutely.
Beautiful.
I'm also holding on to my eagle coin right now, and it has an eagle flying into the clouds on one part, and when you flip it over, it says "Time of great healing, vision, and spirit contact." So it's always holding on to that everything is sacred in your life, always connected with the right people at the right times, and always keeping into that spiritual, conscious contact with God and higher power, and with always like-minded people that want to thrive, not just survive. We want to thrive in the positivity.
That's a great point, Lance. I was talking with my mic muted. Wow, everybody got to hear that. All right, we're going to come back to that point, and we're going to build on that.
Awesome.
Hey, Jason, welcome. Love to hear your thoughts about Attract Your Tribe, since you are quite the tribe master yourself.
Hi, Indra. Hi, Rev. Hi, Ron. Hello. I like that Zenergy thing. That was it. Lance said that. That's pretty
Yes.
clever. We make up words all the time too on the Bunsen and Beaker page. So that's not as serious though. More silly. I guess the one thing I could say about attracting people is on social media. I think, especially in audio spaces, if you're not authentic, like if you're not who you are, people can hear that in your voice right away. So if you want to attract people that you want to attract, you kind of have to be yourself. And if you're not yourself, it's either really hard to put up that facade for long, or people will hear it right away in your voice, and you're going to lose a lot of credibility. So that's just the first thing I found. And because when we do our audio shows, I'm me. Like, I don't do anything different than how I would teach my high school kids chemistry. I interact with the scientists how I would interact with my colleagues, respectfully, in a teasing manner. If you've ever listened to my show, I'm quite lighthearted, and I poke fun at them when I can in a very good-natured way, kind of like how I am as a teacher. I think that comes across, and it's my authentic self. And on our account, our social media account, the Bunsen and Beaker Science Communication account, it's the best way to describe it is if Bunsen and Beaker, their personalities on Twitter are like what Chris and I, my wife and I, are as people in real life. Like, that's authentically who we are. There's parts of our personality that are reserved and analytical, like Bunsen. And then there's parts of our personality which is like tweeting in all caps, like Beaker. And I think that also attracts people because they're like, this is very real. It's not manufactured like a glossy Instagram photo. I'm not saying that's not, if that's your shtick, go for it. If you figured out how to do that on Instagram, good job. But I think on Twitter, and especially in audio spaces, you have to be authentic, and that attracts people that you want to attract. Hopefully that answered the question, Indra.
That was amazing. Being your authentic self is going to attract the similar people with similar values. That is such an incredible point, Jason. And yes, that is the thing that I think, I'm trying to remember the first time I was in a Bunsen and Beaker Twitter space. Wow, that was a while ago. Last year sometime. Wow.
Probably a year ago, yeah.
Over a year ago, because I'm thinking we're July. Oh, wow. That's that seems like forever, right? And yes, that was the reason. We get the sound effects bonus. That was the reason I kept coming back for more, is the energy. And look, you and Chris are just so authentic. And I remember there was, look, one of my favorite shows also that you guys did was, which was just so authentic, was the Valentine's Day special. And my husband and I were just cracking up because it was just almost like Chris and me having a conversation. Chris was me, and you were my husband, and that's why we were laughing, because she was talking about the details of something, and you were thinking about the big picture of something, and it was just hilarious. And we were all in the space just laughing so much. It was just so much joy, and I think that's really fun too, that you guys have a sense of humor, and that also makes for a great space as well, that we can all have a laugh sometimes and be a little bit silly and find the joy. But yes, your space is ultra authentic and always good vibes, and so you're attracting all the people that come into your space have these great good vibes, and they're vibing high. So absolutely love that point, and I hope I did it justice in the quote that I just sent out.
It's also easy to attract the science guests that we want, because they're either following us already, or when I say, I DM some scientist that, made some breakthrough with some skeletal robotics suit, that's something that came out in a science journal. I found the scientist. I'm like, hey, would you like to come talk about this on our science show? It takes them 20 seconds to go through your profile, and they'll know everything about you, right? And they always say yes. They're like, this is the place where I want to be. I'm doing something for humanity that's going to help humanity. This account aligns with my core values. And then we attract them. I just have to say, hey, would you like to come talk about this? Obviously, we don't approach scientists that are building weapons of mass destruction, because that doesn't align with our values on the Bunsen and Beaker account. So anyways, thanks, Indra.
Great point. And thank you for linking that values point that we were talking about earlier, because that really is important, as you said. And what a great example. We don't want to be attracting people that are creating something of mass destruction, be it a weapon, be it anything else. It's just not, it's not what we want in our vibe, right, around us, in our energy. So that was a really specific example. And also, I really appreciated the fact that what you mentioned was really powerful in the social media spectrum. So look, here we all are in Twitter Spaces. And Jason, you just mentioned the fact about having the information about yourself in your profile. So that reminds me, one of the things that we are doing is encouraging everybody to tweet out the space. And then what we do is, it's just a new thing we've been doing. And then Ron is going to choose somebody, and we're going to read out their profile and highlight them. So then that's an opportunity to attract your tribe, everybody, right there. But getting back, I digressed. Getting back to your point, Jason, which is really valuable, is, well, here we are on social media. So make the most of it and go back and take another look at what have you got in your profile. Will that be attracting the right vibe, the right people into my being? Will it attract the kind of followers that I want? Is my message sending out does it tell them something about myself? Like, okay, what am I doing? And then also, does it have, links to all your other social media, some information about you so people can research you, which Jason also just mentioned, so that they can get all the information and realize, okay, this is what this person is all about. And these are their values, which is really important. So I love that. And hey, I see Adam in the space. Adam has an amazing mental health community. And he does so much wonderful work there. And there are so many incredible resources. Yeah, I just love having Adam in the space and really love his community as well. It's wonderful how we can support each other in our communities and just thrive basically by having our communities side by side. So yeah, he has wonderful resources there. Okay, we have some more speakers. Let's go to Regini. Welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe space, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe. Rajni, can you hear us? Okay, we're going to come back to you a little bit later. Okay, we're going to see our sense. Welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. I don't think we've heard you speak here, so we are super excited to encourage people who haven't spoken in the space before. Love to hear your voices and your thoughts. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Indra. How are you?
I'm wonderful now that you're here.
Well, thank you. That's a very warm welcome. I appreciate it. And I know that I'm in your group, the list actually, in your community. So, I mean, I do see posts from, people, I think majority of the people that are here right now. So, but I have never come into the spaces because mainly I'm on the East Coast in the US. But luckily I didn't have any meetings today and I jumped in. I said like, oh, you guys are having a space. I was like, let me jump in. And we're talking about attracting soul tribes. Oh my goodness. Have I been on a journey? And has it been a journey? Oh my goodness. I mean, but I think I have found my space in Web3 where before I felt like where I didn't have a voice. And I think Web3 kind of, I want to say asserted that in me, which is amazing. And I think that I've found quite a bit of people, who are on the same path. But not everybody's your soul tribe. And I think the distinction between figuring out who you are correlates to who your soul tribe is. And it's been a journey for me because I think that, we want to think and we want to make sure that everybody that we meet is our soul tribe, not necessarily. And I don't want to kind of delve in the dark side of things, but I feel like it's always good to acknowledge that you need to know yourself first to know who your soul tribe is. And it's been quite a bit, and I'm still on the journey. But then the question arises, do you even, will you ever be able to know yourself entirely in this lifetime? I don't know. But I think soul tribes change as you change and grow. So I feel like it's been, like I said, it's a process for me. And I've met some good people, not so good people, not so good people because they're probably not aligned with me in purpose or in thought process. And when you come into Web3, you kind of find similar personalities because your soul's going through that same journey. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can change spaces, environments, parallel universes. It doesn't matter. I think that your soul still has to grow and it'll ask for the same experiences until you learn it, which is why I feel like, it's again, knowing yourself is what's going to help you know your soul tribe. And I've met a handful of good people that kind of align with me in that energy. And to be honest with you, I don't jump into spaces if I don't recognize that energy or at least a positive vibration. And Indra, you definitely have one, which is one of the reasons why I'm here. And you've I think been one of those people. I mean, you guys, you have the following, but you're so humble. And I think I've heard you before. I've been in your spaces, but not necessarily as a speaker, but as a listener. And I've heard you in your spaces, in your tweets. And I think when I say hear you in your tweets, it's basically the tone I'm looking for. And it's like very humble, very I want to say genuine when you're even talking about any aspect. And I think even in your post, when you're tweeting about something, I think, when you're tweeting even a quote, I've you kind of resonate with that energy, and I think that's why I'm here. But I just wanted to kind of say to people that Web3 or IRL, people will be the same, whether it be good, bad, evil, whatever. But know yourself in order to know your soul tribe, because I think that's the only way you'll be able to genuinely find the people that you want. And I think intuitively you'll start avoiding people who drain your energy. And it's so, so, so important because, I'm so glad that I met a lot of I want to say, I don't know if I should call them pretenders, but I feel like you meet a lot. Just like there's people who are scammers out there in real life. There's going to be scammers here. I don't see any difference, and you could potentially play to be a good person, but if it's not your nature, it's not going to be for too long. So I think, as an individual coming into Web3, don't be gullible. Don't be protective of your energy. Be protective of who you are, and be protective of who you want to be as well. And I think you'll find your soul tribe, because I think those people will be on the exact same path. They'll be doing the exact same thing you're doing, like protecting your energy, focusing on your path, and not worrying about what everybody else is doing. I think that's how you attract them. That's how I feel, and I'm so glad that I jumped into this space, because it speaks about exactly what I was thinking about this whole week.
Thank you so much, Sia. It is wonderful to hear your voice here. I have to say, wow, I am humbled by what you just shared. I'm so thankful that because one thing is, okay, I'm speaking in a space, but what you just mentioned about the tweets, that you hear the voice in the tweets, that really means the world to me. I'm very, very grateful for that feedback. We don't often get that feedback from people, and sometimes you're just wondering, am I on the right track? Because I really do put a lot of energy and thought into my tweets, and I hope that they do resonate with people. So thank you so much for that. And also, I actually really enjoyed hearing you talking about some real life experiences, and I think that's where we really have to be selective with the people that we do want in our circle. And, this is a great thing because, well, it's wonderful to have, multiple and multiple of friends, right? Many, many friends. But just to be conscious of all the things that you know about yourself and your values and your interests, and see where the other people sit in alignment with that. And then just prioritize. When you prioritize what is important to you, and it sounds like you're on a exciting journey in Web3, and Web3 is certainly it's certainly I've been very curious about it, and I've even been looking into it. I think for a lot of us, we're sort of like opening our eyes and ears and just seeing what is out there at the moment. But certainly with anything, it's always, let's be cautious with new things. And I think that's what I was picking up from you, is an element of caution in new areas with, when you open yourself up to something new, and to also put your energy out there and then see what comes back, and then be discerning with what comes back with your energy. So that's something that we can constantly all learn and be aware of. And then I just want to say, and add on to the end of that, I love to celebrate all the wins and all the good things that come back. So I just want to remind everybody that we are all in this incredible space together. And look around at everybody. Oh, I just see so many friends that have just popped in. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. New faces, lots of people in the community I haven't even spoken to or met yet officially. So, so much love and light to everybody in this space. And just to celebrate yourself and to celebrate everything that you are in the moment, and also do those little dances or whatever. I mean, I do a dance in the kitchen. I'll be honest, it is it's a little bit silly sometimes, but it is fun. Just celebrating new things that come into my life, and especially with so much gratitude. just wanted to mention that one of the most newest things that have come into my life, and an account that I've been friends with for a long time and admired, Bunsen and Beaker. We are official partners here, and we're supporting each other in this social media and on just, I guess, every kind of social media platform, because we just align with our values. So it's really exciting when you can connect your friendships and also align in the business genre, because everything lines up. The stars, the moon, and everything just kind of, and the sun are all in alignment, and that's when the magic happens. So keep believing, everybody, that wonderful things can happen, and they do, with attracting your tribe and with the people that you can attract in your life, because really we are all wonderful resources to each other in our spirit, in our emotions, in our thought processes, on every single level. We are incredible beings. So that is truly a gift. So let's see if we can speak to Rajni now. Rajni, are you able to speak? What I'd suggest, Rajni, is leave the space and come back if you're having issues with the turning on the mic. It could be a technical issue. So if you leave the space and then you come back, you might find that, and of course we'll bring you back up as a speaker, you might find that you'll be able to connect better, because it might be a technical
Suck a
issue.
nigga dick or something.
Okay, Rajni, I see that you've left as a speaker. If you want to try to even, oh, okay, so come back and we'll have you back up with us. Okay, so Ron, we've been talking about a lot of things in relation to Attract Your Tribe. What are some of your thoughts that you'd love to share with us?
Well, it's funny, she mentioned how, being on social audio, don't be gullible. And because when I see my mother, every time I see her, she asks, Ron, you're not sending money to young girls, are you? Mom, don't you know by now? You know me. You know I'm selfish with my money, and there's no way I'm going to just send a woman, I don't care how pretty she is, money for, maybe 20 years. Not now, though, Mom. I promise, every time. But anyway, it's, life, you make a conscious choice every day of who you allow into your world. And when I was younger, and a lot of kids do this, you might choose the wrong tribe because you're just trying to fit in. You're trying to belong. But as you get older, as you mature, emotionally mature too, you should be in a place where you're not going to allow yourself to be around any negative energy. And you slowly but surely eliminate or just diminish those people in your life until you have this tribe that aligns with everything that you believe in, especially with positivity. And with social audio, same thing. You have to learn to, or social media, you need to mute this one, mute that one, just to get aligned to what you want to see and what you consume and who you want to communicate with.
I love how you rounded that all up nicely, Ron. Yeah, you have a great way of summarizing things, because
Thank you, Indra.
yeah, no, I love that. And a lot of the time, what I want to say is that a lot of things are really at a simple value kind of area, and understanding what our values are. And I think we can almost take that for granted, or we can almost think about things and make them too complicated, which is something that I have been guilty of. The overthinking and the overprocessing, and what helps me to unravel those thoughts is to unfold my emotions and thoughts onto paper, journaling. And it truly has been a great tool for me. And I wouldn't say that I am a daily journaler. Every day I'm going to journal. I'm more intuitive. When I feel like there is something that I want to unfold onto the paper, I follow my intuition, that little gut feeling that tells me, it's time to write out these thoughts and share with yourself, and often what's great about that, and I'm going to link this back to Attract Your Tribe in a moment, just go with me on this little journey, is just writing out some of those things that are clouding your mind and just being really messy with it. Don't be, I'm going to write really beautifully in this journal. Just scribble them out onto the page. And sometimes it's a reflection exercise, and it's a discovery exercise about knowing yourself and about understanding what's going on with you, and also what some new things might be important to you within yourself and within attracting new people into your life as well, and embracing the ones that are there and appreciating the ones that are there. So it's this journey. Sia, I see your hand up.
That's such a great point. Oh my God, Indra, you just nailed it, because I'm not a serial journaler. I mean, I don't know if that's even a term, but I do a lot of memos to myself, like on my phone, like if I'm traveling and something just hits you as you're driving, or you're in a passenger seat and you're listening to music and something comes up and it's a thought that you don't want to forget. I just memo it. Like, when I was in NFT NYC, I mean, I was traveling back to Maryland, and sitting in the cab, something dawned on me. Like, for 20 years, I was in a very abusive marriage. Got out of it, thankfully, with my kids and in tow. But as I was traveling back, and I was so scared of traveling as when I was married. Now, before marriage, I used to travel a lot with my friends and do all kinds of fun stuff. But I think as soon as I got married to a narcissist, it was just the end of everything. So NFT NYC kind of opened that. I pushed myself to go there, fly. I didn't fly for the past 20 years, and I flew. And as I was coming back, the cab ride, right, it dawned on me, like, why do we as humans limit ourselves? Why do we name something home versus the other place as home, right? Why are things new? Like, why do we have this fear of going to new places? Why do we have a fear of, like, saying, well, we need to just be here or put our roots down here? Why can't the entire world be my home? Like, why can't I be anywhere and feel at home? And I think that was a thought that I memoed because I didn't want to forget it, because I didn't have a pen. But I just wanted to share that for some odd reason in this call today. I have no idea why I wanted to share that, but I wanted to share it. That, it was a big experience for me, because it took me out of my comfort zone, or my fear, rather, not comfort zone. It was my fear for the past 20 years that was put into my head by my ex-spouse, that I couldn't do anything by myself. And I thought, like, my limitation was my house, and I used to literally could not drive more than 30 minutes out of my home radius. That's how I was brainwashed, I want to say, or by kind of like tuned to think that I couldn't do that. But here I am driving, going out to different cities. And I thought to myself, like, why would you limit yourself? Like, why would you say this is my home versus LA being my home, or Paris being my home, or Thailand being my home? Like, why can't I be anywhere in the world and feel at home? And I think that was a thought that came to me. And I just thought I should share that today for some odd reason. But thank you.
Sia, that is amazing, and what an incredible journey. Thank you for so much for sharing that with us, because it really does show how far you've come, and also something that you said earlier, that you are on this journey of constantly being on this journey and evolving, so to speak. I would say that is really exciting, and to hear strength here in your voice is incredible. But I think the thing that I just took away from what you shared is that now you know what you really want. You know yourself better, and you also know what you want in your life, which the universe is so, it's so amazing and so interesting. When we are putting out certain things into the universe, it doesn't discern good or bad. It just it hears you and the universe can answer you. So that's why it's so important to put out those things for ourselves, to understand ourselves, and to make conscious efforts daily with positive self-talk, with putting all the good vibes out there for ourselves, and with having an incredible circle of connections around us. Just so important. Ron, I'm going to jump to you because you got your hand up, and then we're going to Clint next.
And I just wanted to say, to see a congratulations on getting out of that situation. And I know that, I mean, if you were single or just it was just you two in the relationship, however long you kept being in it, there's no consequence. I mean, just for your sake, but when you have children, you have an obligation to get them out of any situation that's negative for them. And so, congratulations on being a good mama. Uh, and I think that what you said today was meant to be said, because I have a friend that says, I ask her where she lives, or somebody asks her where she lives, she says planet Earth, and it opens up the mind, and it helps at least in uh, on an intellectual level or a mindful level, that we're not bound by borders, that we can, this whole globe is our family, and that's what it is. I mean, the beginning and end of the world is a family, period. Thank you, Indra.
That is an incredible share. Thank you so much, Ron, for acknowledging Sia and her journey and everything that she shared. Okay, so warm welcome to Clint, who is no stranger to the Positivity Vibe Tribe, who has been an incredible guest speaker here in this space several times. Warm welcome, Clint, and we are excited to hear your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe.
Wow, thank you. I just joined, so getting up to speed on what you're talking about, and at the same time, one of my favorite topics. So, I think attracting your tribe, the most important thing that jumps out for me is knowing what your tribe is, right? So, doing the work to understand what is it that I want to write about? What is it that I want to share with other people? What is my unique superpower or gift that I have to give the world, and how can I share it? What platform makes sense? Where can I write? Where can I speak? So I think a lot of deep work goes into the advanced prep of figuring out what it is you're going to share, what it is you're going to write about, and where you're going to do it. The other part of that is sometimes that work, Indra, can come from simply doing it, right? So you start on Twitter, you start writing, and you send out, a lot of people talk about, you send out a lot of noise, and you write about all the things that interest you. And then what you do is you look for that signal in the noise. Out of all the things you're sharing, what is your audience really resonating with? What's allowing you to connect with other people? And then the important thing is, does what's resonating with them align with what you want to share? So that alignment between what you love writing and talking about and what other people want to hear about and resonate with, that is where you're going to be successful. So you love writing about it, they love reading about it. That's the alignment I think we're looking for to be successful in growing our audience. And sorry for the breathlessness. I'm out walking with my dog and listening to spaces while on vacation. Back to you, Andrew.
Oh, that is absolutely, you nailed it, Clint, in so many shapes and forms. And I have to say, I have I've had this Twitter account for actually quite a few years, but I was never really active on it until I think it was February or March last year. And then pretty much what you just described was my journey. There were several different areas, and they're all sort of around, positivity and so forth, but they kind of, melded here and there. And I was exploring, and it was a discovery time for me. And what happens is if you're diligent with that activity that you just shared with us all, which is really valuable, very quickly, those people that resonate with you just start turning up. And it becomes clear, okay, well, this is an area that people are interested in, that maybe there is more of a need for, because sometimes you even get questions about that in your DMs. And the world just sort of opens up if we, and what I want to say is, if we invest in ourselves, because that's basically what you're sharing at the core, is when we do a little bit of investment in ourselves and explore, then we are sitting right in the position for full discovery. And that is very, very exciting. And I'm sharing that is very exciting. And just with a little bit of patience, I might say. It doesn't happen after the first couple of tweets. It certainly didn't. I was sitting there looking, going, nothing's happening. I'll just keep going. And then you just keep going day after day. And then, okay, well, let's try this out, or let's try this content. And after a while, if you are persistent and patient and kind with yourself about all of this, it's amazing what happens, which was exactly my process too. Here we are sitting in this space, everyone. It sounds simple, and I think it really is, when the way, Clint, you just broke it down.
I can add a couple of things to that if you like, as I thought as you were sharing there, Indra.
Love it, please.
Yeah, one of them is consistency is king. So you recognized, hey, the first tweet didn't work, the second tweet didn't work. Sometimes it may not work until tweet 500, but don't give up before you get to 500. So if Twitter is the place you want to grow, as an example, be on Twitter every day. Write a certain number of tweets yourself. Comment under a certain number of large accounts. Retweet people who you're aligned with to build relationships. DM people to have conversations and become friends, because this is, after all, a networking site. So a lot of people don't recognize, they may think, oh, well, I tweet every day, or I tweet every 3 days, but they're not doing all of those other little things to build their tribe, to build their community. Because this is not a site like Medium, as an example, where it delivers you an audience. On Twitter, you have to build your audience, you have to build your tribe. And that requires so much more than simply doing the tweets. There's a lot of work in addition to that people want to be thinking about. And every platform has its own code. The second thing that I think is very valuable, and Amanda Natividad had this in an article I read yesterday, and it's really resonating with me. And it was choosing value over virality. And as an example, I wrote a thread on Microsoft Excel, and it gained me the largest amount of followers off something I wrote on this platform. But in 10 years, do I want to be known as the Excel guy, or the guy that helps people grow personally, professionally, and financially? And if it's the second one, should I be careful of writing threads about the 10 best websites that'll do this, or the 10 best pieces of software that'll do X? Those may go viral. They may get you followers. They may grow your tribe, but that's not your tribe. That's people who want more of that content from you. And so you start to go away from what you came here for. You start to go away from your mission and purpose. And I think long-term that won't serve you. So continue to focus on the value in driving in your lane, the lane you want to be known for. Periodically, maybe you throw an Excel thread in there or something, but focus on, what is it that I want to be known for, and stay in that lane. Don't give up on it simply to go viral and get a vanity metric.
Oh, Clint, gems of wisdom. I just want to say that is very tempting, to get all experimental and, I'm just going to, keep adding all these things. And what I actually found, and I was journaling about some ideas, or actually / journaling, brainstorming. I'm going to say it was almost a brain dump. And this was probably a couple of weeks ago. And I found myself writing about some ideas, exactly what you just mentioned, that were not exactly, part of the core kind of topics that are here in the Positivity Vibe Tribe. And for a moment, I lingered there thinking, but this would just, this would go explode, this would go crazy. But intuitively, I was just sitting in my garden and I was, kind of writing all these ideas out and things. And I just took that moment, I took a breath. And in that moment, I just thought, no. And I actually tore the page out and ripped it up and threw it away, because I just thought, I don't feel like that is resonating with me at all, that content. So again, I love the power of writing things down. And I'm sure you've got some thoughts on this also, Clint, about writing some of these things down, self-reflecting on them, and really kind of breathing them into your soul and being, and asking yourself the right questions.
Yeah, I resonate very much with that, Indra. And something that blew me away was taking the audience building course with Sahil Bloom. And Sahil is, to me, one of the best writers on Twitter. He definitely has his lane and his niches picked out. He's managed to leverage Twitter into his business and into his employment and life in a way that very few people have. So I find what he's done absolutely amazing. And when the number one thing I took away from that course was seeing his Notion page. And he had his, let's say we each have 3 pillars that we're going to talk about. A lot of people say, hey, keep yourself to a maximum of 3 main pillars, because once you go beyond that, you're probably going too broad and you're not going to resonate. So let's say we have 3 major pillars, and each of those may have 5 subtopics. So if one of the pillars is professional growth, we may talk about getting a raise, getting a promotion, becoming a leader, etc. His Notion page had his pillars, the sub niches, and then every one of those sub niches had 10 to 20 ideas written down. And then he showed us, like, if I click into one of these ideas, here's an article I read, right? It's got a hyperlink to the article. It's got some quick notes from him. And so these are all ideas he wants to write about. And I think he puts out 1 to 2, maybe 3 threads a week. And so he goes to that board and he looks at it and says, what am I going to write about today? What's going to resonate from my audience? And then how am I going to mix in that blend of writing for authority, writing for engagement, and writing for personal connection, right? Because we want to blend in all 3 of those. So he's able to look at that board, and his board is your journal. And he's able to look at that board and say, am I going to write about this, or am I going to discard it? Because he has a discard section, right? What resonated today may not resonate tomorrow. And so that was the number one thing I took away from that course. The other was, wow, the amount of good content that this person is consuming explains why he's creating at such a phenomenal level. So how can each of us that's on this call improve our content intake, whether that's magazines, whether it's books, whether it's listening to spaces like the Positivity Vibe Tribe? How do we increase good content in so that we put good content out? Back to you.
Okay, that was just that last piece that you just dropped. I love that. I also loved the Notion for tracking of ideas, I actually really love Notion, Clint. I know it's not the most sophisticated tool that's out there, but the simplicity of it is the reason why, and how I can structure so many ideas in Notion and create my own subtopics, like you said, and areas, and then just brainstorm or brain dump on certain things in certain areas. So when you said Notion, of course, my ears pricked up 100%, thinking I love Notion and the organization. So a couple of things you just shared with us that are really valuable, I want to just summarize there. The importance of also having some sort of a system, and being organized and organizing your thoughts and your ideas that can be later put into the main pillars of topics that we have, that we can then maybe grow on or discover and do a little bit of more research on. Are these topics going to fit? How would I incorporate them into my main areas that I normally focus on? So I really love that. And then the last piece, which is we have to be constantly refreshing our minds and our knowledge, and growing. And this is really valuable to keep ourselves extending and growing, and so that we have more and more opportunity to provide and be of service to others with what we're doing. It's great that there are going to be a lot of things that people will, okay, they know that you're going to be talking about certain things. They know I'm going to be talking about, for example, positivity, but I'm going to add some other things on top of that. It's all going to have a positive slant. For example, this topic of attracting your tribe. It's all about positivity and how we go about it, but we are adding another dimension on how can we grow our connections around us. Life is all about networking, and also bring in the people that we want to bring into our circle. So just building on the existing topics that we have by brainstorming. And yes, I do love Notion. And then the journal is kind of like I would say it's a step before I add it to Notion. It's this brain dump where I'll take some of those things, and like I literally said, I threw out just a whole lot of things that I just didn't think were applicable. So I'd like to welcome our next speaker. Adam, welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. And again, if you aren't connected to his community, he has a great mental health community with wonderful resources. Over to you, Adam.
Well, thanks for that great introduction. The mental health community is meant to strictly connect to people to the phone numbers that they might find helpful. And so every once in a while people will might put a quote or something like that, but my goal in that specific community is just to help. That's all I want to do. So some people, they don't want to join because they don't want to be. There's a stigma sometimes. Let's say attached to mental health. So DM me. That's fine. No problem. I will reach back out to you. For sure. But if you join, you'll see that there are databases, phone numbers. We're connected with Dee Hirsch. Just the new 988 number. Just a number of resources within the United States and around the world. And the main goal is to get people help if they need it. So I really appreciate that, Indra, and I get nothing back from it. I just want to help people. That's it. It's as simple and as complex as that, and it means a lot to me. So, as much as this community means to me, this community is phenomenal, and I try to stop in here as much as possible. And I'm a busy guy. I do a lot of work. Some that I can talk about, some that I can't. But I know I see a lot of familiar faces, and it's great to see everyone. And I wanted to stop in and say hello and see how everyone was doing, and get my how would I say it, my my positivity for the day, like my little juice, if you will, like of positivity.
I love that, Adam. We're all sending you in the room now. We're all sending you love, light, and blessings. Boom. Hit him with those emojis, everybody. If you can. I know some people are driving. I know
And that's
Jason.
understandable. And
Yeah.
your community is phenomenal. Honestly, I was looking at some analytics, and I find your community to be one of the best, if not the best, on Twitter. And the connection that we have all made is great. There's such, like you say it, love. What did you say? Love, light, and positivity. Is that it?
Love, light, and blessings.
So to me, that is so meaningful, and I pull so much from just that. But honestly, hearing everyone speak and what they're going through, whether it's positive, whether it's somewhere in from positive to somewhere else. But I truly appreciate this community, and I believe this community, specifically this community, has a trajectory of growth that I've not seen on Twitter for except for tech Twitter and cybersecurity Twitter. But of course that's my area, so I have to mention that. But no, truly, you bring so much energy to people, and whenever I can get here, I do, and I look forward to it. It's truly a dose of positive energy every day.
Thank you so
When I can
much.
stop in, yeah, for sure. And
That
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that means the world to me, but it also means the world to this community because I am not this. Everything that has been built here has been inspired. The contributions from the community, the beautiful posts, all the feedback that I receive has actually shaped a lot of things that I've also created for the community and for Positivity Vibe Tribe in general. So I'm going to throw it back to all of you.
Thanks,
A lot,
Indra.
yeah, a lot of you in the space, a lot of my friends who have given me so much feedback and support, and also and all the special guest speakers that come into the space for interviews and things. I mean, Clint is one of them. He's sitting right here. My incredible team as well. The PVT team are incredible. So really appreciate them. And they're just a pack of superstars. So very, very blessed. So thank you so much, Adam. It means the world to me to see you because I know how busy you are. Okay, so let's move to our next speaker. Digital humanitarian, did you have some thoughts on Attract Your Tribe, this topic? And welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. It's lovely to see you.
Thanks so much, Indiana. It's been a long time since we interacted on this platform, and you know, if there's one thing which I don't think we appreciate enough is the power of audio. Um, the power of audio has brought together the positivity community. I come from Nairobi. I'm actually in Nairobi right now. It's about 8 p.m. And I've always wanted to hop on your space and just soak in some positivity, because it's very rare to actually find your tribe. As someone who has grappled my entire life looking for my tribe, you know, um, I never knew that I was in the neurodiverse spectrum. And being in the neurodiverse spectrum, you read energy, you read vibrational energy from people, as in you give energy to people. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that about myself. And I've been grappling a lot trying to find a community that echoes what I say, a community that, resonates with what I say. I've been misunderstood for a very long time. But one thing I really thank is therapy. Therapy made me rediscover myself. Therapy made me to actually finally got to love myself and stop pleasing people, because I've been pleasing people, trying to fit in a community that is not inclusive. Being in the neurodiverse community is very, very hard. There's a lot of labeling, a lot of stigma, a lot of manipulation. People use you, people abuse you, people take advantage of your kind nature, because I'm that person who I will do anything to help someone. I will do anything to shine someone's light. And this is a gift I noticed when I was small, but I did not know that gift drains me. That gift needs to be constantly energized by positive tribe, And when Twitter Spaces started, and I think Indra, that's where we met. I was in a very dark space. I was in a very dark space where I was trying to rediscover myself. I was very suicidal. I was going through a lot of depression and stuff. But therapy really helped me get in tune with my spirituality. Therapy helped me get in touch with my inner self and to rediscover a new tribe. And when you find your tribe, as in, you cannot find your tribe first until you find yourself. You must find your inner self first. And that is what I did. I got to, I pray a lot. I'm a very spiritual person. And the people who have been lying in my path are people who are positive, are people who validate me, are people who support me, are people who mentor me. Indiana, Indra, I'm someone who has no formal education. I have no university education. My career has been fully supported by a positive tribe without them knowing. As in, every door I knock is opened. As in, you can imagine having someone who has no formal education, consulting for the UN, consulting for Kenya government, championing humanitarian campaigns. I have saved so many lives. I have seen so much death. And when people see death, I see hope. I see resilience. And one of my positive attributes is just to heal people when they're going through trauma. I read emotions from people. When I meet people, I read the emotion. I read their vibration, and this is something I did not know. When I met people on social media, on Twitter Spaces, I got to discover my community, where being a Kenyan, being from East Africa, it's very rare to actually get spaces where people speak for positivity, where people speak about life, about frequency, about energy. Those are, in my community, those are witchcraft, as in, those are traditions which people believe it's a dark world. But I'm really glad that what was her name? I think there was a speaker earlier here. I think Perry spoke about maturity. I tend to hang around people who are mature nowadays. I tend to hang around a tribe that I do not know. I tend to hang around positive spaces where people just create a space where you become vulnerable. It's very, very hard on these digital spaces to get a space where it's inclusive, where people share positivity. And that is what Twitter Spaces gave me. Twitter Spaces gave me an opportunity to connect with positive tribe globally, where you meet with people who will support you, you meet with people who will see your gift, you meet with people who will validate you. And that's how you actually connect with your tribe. And for me, I believe that the positive tribe connect with each other through frequency, where we can know each other, like Indra, as in the positive tribe can even hear you when you're quiet. They can feel your vibration. They can know your gift, and they will tell you. And that's something which I am really grateful for, where my career has really been supported by positive people who see my gift instead of my disability. And this is something which I am really, really grateful for, where I just want to spend the rest of my life where I want to spread positivity. I want to empower more people. I want to reshape conversations and to bring vibrancy. As in, there's so much positive energy around us, but people don't see it. There's so much positivity on these digital spaces, and when I go through your timeline, Indra, it's very inspiring. As in, to find people just hopping on this page, sharing the testimonials, and if there's one thing we need here in East Africa, it's just positivity. It's just hope. People who guide you, people who light your path, people who motivate you, people who tell you that, hey, dude, you're not alone in this. And that's one thing which I find the positive vibe tribe actually. It really helps anchor my thoughts. It really helps me feel that I have a purpose to just light paths for so many people. So
Thank you so much.
I just want to tell you thank you, and good to catch up with you again.
Thank you so much, Philip, for sharing so much here in the space, and also for that beautiful feedback about this Positivity Vibe Tribe community. That I agree. I'm taken back by the beautiful posts, by the support that this community also has for each other. It's quite frequent that I notice when I'm scrolling, and I know that the other members of the PVT team who are here in the space, we might be scrolling through the community, and we notice that somebody said, "Hey, I'm wishing everybody a great day. I'm feeling a little bit off. I don't even know what it was." And that was one of the last ones that I think I remember the last couple of days. Somebody posted something to that extent, and immediately all these people hopped in and wrote supportive and amazing comments lifting this member of the community up. So that is just something that warms my heart. It is the people that are in that community that are generating this warmth, this love, and being supportive to others on our journey, because there's not one day where, we wake up like every single day in this perfect alignment. Oh, I'm feeling 100% today. No, it does not happen like that, because we are human beings and we're complex beings with emotions. And did we have enough sleep last night? And oh my gosh, it's 2:00 and I haven't eaten. So there's all these things, right? And career and family, and we're just constantly juggling on so many different levels. So thank you so much, Philip. It was amazing to hear you sharing about your journey. And I just want to say kudos to you on everything that you have been working through and overcoming and inspiring others on your journey. This truly is beautiful that you shared that here in the Positivity Vibe Tribe community, your personal journey, and that just what you shared inspires me and everybody else here in this space. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's go to Senthil. Senthil, what are your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe? And Senthil is one of our new community moderators, by the way, everybody. So welcome.
Hi, Indra. This is Senthil. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you. Thanks for those opportunity, and thanks for giving me turn here to speak, Indra. Yes, actually, this is one of my favorite topic, as if you look back, right? I mean, I'm basically from India, and we used to call community as in what work we do, like in like 50, 60 years, 100 years back. So if it is a goldsmith, if it is a carpenter, it's all community, right? So that's why the community as such came in, and nobody will go out of the community and get married, and within the community. So it went up to all this caste and discrimination. It's in a different path, right? But the basic of it is learn from each other and then thrive, right? So that is the form of the basic community, right? So even now, right? My previous generation, they always do, hey, study for a doctor or an engineer. That's how you make a lot of money, wealth, and something like that. But nobody encouraged to, okay, hey, I'm into photography. If I want to learn any photography, or if we want to into art, there is no this thing as to go right there. So the education system itself, it was like that, team. So definitely, that is where this whole with social media and digital transformation has come in, and this whole tribe thing came into picture. I mean, definitely, if you look at it, anything, from an education perspective, it is going to change the way which we do the education now. And this is like, currently the tribe is the one, follow your tribe as such. That concept is getting around. So if I want to learn photography, so imagine that, I learned .NET 1.1 in 2000 when it came. But all I have is, books and, okay, my mentors and all. But now look at, CM at Agree upon, all those W3 and the spaces, tutor spaces, design spaces. Look at that, right? So that is where the education itself, it's going to change. That is my first point. And then my second point is, coming to spirituality. I started my journey, like 8 years ago when I moved from US to here, back good, for good. So at the time as well, we are coming up, right? I mean, from a technology perspective, it was not that this thing there. So we I wanted to find out, right, where okay, how can I find the like Philip mentioned, that the vibration around us. I mean, if you have the people around you with the same frequency and thought process, definitely as a tribe, we are going to grow, right? So that is where, I mean, suddenly I didn't know where this, Twitter started the spaces, and so one thing I always believe in, is that in many religion they'll call it differently, but I want to quote that, if you ask, you will be given, right? If you knock, if it will be open, the door will be open, and finally, if you seek, definitely you'll find it, right? So it's not that I don't know when how I joined this excellent and marvelous team, where a lot of positive vibration, like Zenergy, right? I can feel that Zenergy every day, to in the morning when I see the those kind of spiritual poses, and definitely we are as far as ignorance, we all we are at 0.0.99 or something like that. There is so much to learn, and there is so much to explore. Definitely, if we seek, it will come to us. So what I'm saying, Indra, is that definitely we don't have to go. The tribe will join together, based on based on the okay, you tell somebody, and then from the mouth of word, word of mouth, it passes into others. So definitely we'll come together as a tribe always, and technology is going to help in a so much. Your for example, your YouTube channels and other tools come in. Metaverse is coming. Yay, ML. So all these tools are going to help us. But where, I mean, tools are there, but what purpose? It's for us only. That's the strong belief of to see, to connect everybody, like Philip mentioned. Appreciate Philip for what you're doing there. But definitely, as a community, as a tribe, we come together. It will happen by itself, and technology is going to help us more. and definitely, happy to be part of, enjoy this journey as together as one tribe. Indra, back to you.
Wow, Senthil, on fire. Thank you so much for sharing all
Thank
those
you.
good things. And Zenergy at Lance, yes, we love the Zenergy in this tribe. Absolutely. It helps us to thrive because of everything that everybody's putting into this community, because you guys are the community and helping to build that Zenergy, that energy, that just amazing vibe that's in here, supporting, nurturing, and we all want to just move forward, and we want to do more than just survive in this community. We want to thrive. I mean, thrive is the word here for the day, I think. Let's just all thrive. Okay, and on that note, we can see why Senthil is one of our newest members in the Positivity Vibe Tribe team. It seems like a natural addition to the team with his amazing energy and vibe. We love you, Senthil, and the tribe loves you. Okay, let's welcome Empho. Welcome to the space, to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. Love to hear your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe, and then we're going to swing back to Clint.
Hi.
Hi, and welcome.
Sorry,
It's lovely to see you
immediately.
in the tribe.
Oh wow, thank you for this opportunity. So for me, yes, I feel that it's a big part of aligning with who we are. So I'm actually just echoing a few words that some of the speakers already spoke about. That the external environment is actually a reflection of what we're feeling inside. So taking attracting the tribe from who we are, from our beingness, because from the example that you used, I feel that yes, it's not a lot of doing, but by being who we truly are, aligning with our truth, coming from that essence and being an embodiment of 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 love, of our own truth, so that the word attracting and gravitating towards you, it really does have a lot to do with energy. So when we are anchored and we are stable within our own selves, by that we are then able to attract. Because if it's a means of doership, doing this and doing that, you find that you're doing a lot of things that are out of alignment, maybe just to get the numbers going, but you feel a sense of losing yourself. So then it's not genuine. It's not the people you would really want to play with. It's not rooted in that deep love. And I would also say allowing people to actually exit your life, because there will be some people who live your life as you are more self-conscious and you are doing the work on you. So it's actually better to allow those who leave, so that new people can come, so that the tribe can come. I know at times it feels scary. We are so codependent on people, we for different reasons, but you would find that once they're there in your life and you are not allowing, you want to hold on to things, it's draining your energy, and you are actually not creating space for the new to come. Thank you.
Thank you for so much for sharing that. A lot of wonderful things. I want to go back to something you said earlier in your share, which is a big part of aligning with who you are is our external environment. And it's good to take reflection on that, because what we think turns into our environment. And what you just shared is very it's very Buddha. And I think it's going to be timely that we come back to Clint on this, because I know that you have a lot of thoughts on Buddhist practices with your journey. But I just love this concept of thoughts become things. And I just love this so much that I did a show on it, and on my YouTube channel, and it's 10 minutes and under if you guys are interested in watching that. But there's also the How to Attract Your Tribe show as well here. But the element of that is, I think we underestimate just how powerful our thoughts can be, a thought can be. And when we're planting those incredible thoughts in our mind that we can plant, we can plant and nurture certain thoughts that we choose. Well, we are creating our reality. We are creating our environment, and then the people that we want to attract into our environment, the people that we want to hold in our environment and continue on the journey and grow and learn and thrive and just have fun with. I want to throw this out because this is something that is part of my values. Is I also want to have fun on my journey. I want to also have moments of laughter and joy, and be silly and dance and just connect to that joy of having fun and joy on my journey. So that's one of the things that I put out there in the universe, that I want to also attract with the people coming towards me, into my space, into my circle. I want also the joy and the fun aspect. There's nothing like, and this is something that I love to do, it's a little bit of an insight into me, is often, when I'm taking some time for myself, my husband, what we really love to do is watch a great comedy movie and just laugh and just roar with laughter. And the sillier, the better. So, of course, yes, I am a producer in Hollywood, and I am producing a feature, but and actually that feature that I'm working on now in early development phase is a comedy. Shock, horror, everybody, because it is one of my favorite things. But it is just a gift for us to be able to have moments of joy and laughter. So I do love that. So Clint, back over to you on these Buddha aspects, because I know you have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah, it's funny. Resonance, synchronicity, energy levels, however we want to phrase it. As I was hearing the last few speakers, something started to jump out at me. And it's tied as well to, you mentioned thoughts become things. And the last time you and I were together, that was our topic. So definitely resonates with me as well. And one of the things I wanted to be careful of as we talk about building our tribe is the concept of labeling. And so when we think about Buddhism, one of the things we want to do is we don't want to identify with labels. So when we say, this is my tribe, what we can often do is put the beliefs and thoughts of that tribe ahead of people who think differently than us, right? And so we often see this play out in politics, where my tribe may be the left or my tribe may be the right. And one of the things we learn in Buddhism is to not get stuck in those labels. So there may be some things that you have a view of X, there may be some things that you have a view of Y, and they don't always have to be the same as your tribe. And so one of the things for people to think about is there isn't only one tribe, right? So we can build a tribe around one thing. We can also build a tribe around another thing. We can join our friends' tribes and be part of the Positivity Vibe Tribe. I can write about lessons learned from Jeff Bezos and Amazon, and I can say I don't like some of his business practices. A lot of people think these things have to be mutually exclusive. Well, I think Jeff exploits his workers, so I don't think I can learn anything positive from Amazon. And so one of the things to think about as you think about your tribes is, are you narrowing your opportunities? Are you labeling yourself in a way that holds you back? I love the idea of learning about neurodiversity. I really only started to explore my own neurodiversity in the last year or two when we realized and had my son diagnosed with some of the neurodiverse issues that I have. Up until then, I just thought, okay, well, that's something, but I'm not going to explore it. And now I've explored it and I understand it and I read about it and I see the pros, I see the cons. One thing I don't do though, yes, I'm in that tribe, but I don't let that tribe define me. I don't let that label define me. So making sure that while we're building our tribe, we're not doing it away, not only building ours, but joining others, that we're not doing it in a way that precludes us from being our fullest self. Because the one thing I don't want for any person out there is to be stuck in a box and think that that box defines you. Because I think the box can always change. It can be a circle, it can be a cube, it can grow in volume. Never constraining ourselves with labels. And so how do we build our tribe so that our tribe grows with us and it isn't one thing that holds us back from other things? And
I think that's a really interesting point. And I think the thing is, it's about fluidity and being able to move within what you create. So the other thing is, every word, every sound has a different meaning to all of us. So that's where I always encourage everybody to do a lot of self-reflection and solitude. And that can be just going for a walk. If you've got some pets, take them for a walk and have that time of self-reflection. Have that time to just download, to think about what's important to you. And the thing is that, look, I understand what you're saying, Clinton. I think that's a really good thing to promote, as in don't get stuck on labels. But I think the thing is to just not think about necessarily any labels, but just think about what brings you joy. Be able to connect with the feeling that you get when you're surrounded in the right place. Like, am I learning? Does this excite me? Is this opening my mind? Is this fun? Does this bring me joy? Or, wow, that opened my mind. That blew my mind. What are those things that you feel and connect with? That's why I guess I really never think about labeling, because I'm focusing on my emotions, my feeling, my spirituality. But I think it's a good idea not to limit yourself in any shape or form. Be open to all of life's adventures and be open to different perspectives. I've really learned a lot by not necessarily thinking that I can't learn anything from somebody that has a different perspective. I think a good example of that is often parents and grandparents. For me, I'm going to give you some real life examples that sometimes they say things, and it's pretty interesting because sometimes it's about maturity. And I have to say that most of the time my parents have been, I would say, 99.8% right. And I can only say that now. But several years ago, I would have thought, oh no, I'm not going to even listen to them. I'm not even going to open my mind. And interestingly enough, in reflection, a lot of things that they said were actually right, and I've taken them on board. But I think I was labeling some of that stuff as parents' stuff, or grandparents' stuff. Like, my grandparents are living in another world. So no, I'm not even going to park that in my mind anywhere. And then interestingly enough, there's been conversations that have come back up, and now I am open to that new possibility that some things that my grandparents had suggested for me. So yes, we can even go back in self-reflection and continue to learn. And I realized that I may have been missing out by labeling something too harshly. So there might be the opposite of what Clint's saying as well. So just stay fluid, because I think I've gone to both sides. I've gone to that dark side of, no, grandparents are old, and then now in reflection going, I'm seeing that there were words of wisdom in what they shared with me, but I wasn't open to those possibilities then. So fluidity in everything in life. It's wonderful to be able to move between things, to look at things with fresh eyes. And sometimes when we step away from things that we're doing, it gives us that opportunity, which is really exciting, to look at a situation with fresh eyes, with open eyes. How many times has that happened to me? Well, too many to count on my fingers and toes. I'll be honest. I do revisit. I think about things, or things come up, and it's not new information. Say, for example, the comment from grandparents or parents, but I did reflect, like, I have heard that before. I am open to that concept now. Let's explore. So loved hearing that. Let's welcome Jeff to share in this idea of attract your tribe. Jeff, warm welcome. You are no stranger to the Positivity Vibe Tribe.
Thank you again for having me. A lot of familiar faces in the room, and I appreciate all of you. It's been somewhat of a difficult week for my family and I. A lot going on behind the scenes. Somebody passing away. That's been really, really tough. But the one thing I do, I'm glad to be here. It's been a while since I've actually picked up the microphone and contributed in some shape or fashion. But the one thing that I've really been thinking about lately is, you had mentioned about being open to the possibilities. I think the one thing that often scares people, but is actually very healthy in so many ways, is being open to the possibility that it might be time for change, right? It might be the time for significant change in your life. And as scary as that is, being able to embrace that, opens up a whole world of possibilities and avenues, not just from, I don't just focus on career, but I'm more on the possibility of how do you better nurture relationships moving forward? How do you embrace others a little bit tighter? How do you keep yourself focused on what you've been focused on your whole life, but yet you might have to tweak some of those focuses moving forward. So I think that a lot of the time,
Hey everyone, I'm just not sure what happened. Jeff, can you speak?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not sure at one point was I babbling.
Oh, sorry, it was just a moment. It was just pick up just a couple words before the sentence before.
Okay.
I'm sorry that somehow the room got muted.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, but you were on a roll. Continue.
Yeah. So I guess just to just sort of wrap it up, it's just change is always scary, but I think that at times change just pops up into your life because it needs to. And, that might be a sign that you have to embrace it, as scary as it may be. Again, no set answers or no set definitions of what that change is. But wow, if that's not a sign from wherever it may be coming from, um, you know, you might have to just be open to embracing that. So, I mean, that's one thing that I feel like, for me personally, I'm going through. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually okay with the possibilities. And so, yeah, just planning accordingly, and sharing with my family how I feel, and sharing with, good friends and close friends, like this is how I feel. It's much healthier to do that than to hold it in. So I just wanted to share. Hopefully I'm not rambling, but it's been a long week.
Oh, Jeff, first of all, sincere thoughts with you on your loss for your family. We are all sending you love, light, and blessings times 100 billion. That's a lot of love, light, and blessings to just hit you and your entire family at once. And what just made me my whole face just lit up with a smile is when I heard you laugh, and that you were embracing this change. And I think it's when we hear people that are so inspiring, that have the fortitude to come into a space and speak. This is very inspiring for many of us that are going through various struggles. So I really have to thank you so much, as I know this entire tribe thanks you for sharing your thoughts in this space, and for being vulnerable. Thank you, Jeff.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really it's really beautiful to hear your journey, and I just want to mention something that really came to mind. Is you were talking about change as being scary, and change is, in a way, on so many different levels, not just in the word, but change for many of us means that we're going along on a path and then something different is going to happen, or sometimes it can be quite major. Minor changes are, of course, easy for us to shift into gear, but those bigger changes often do take quite a toll on us. And I almost feel like when you said that you're actually okay with the possibilities of this change, that is an exciting journey to be on, because you've identified the change, you've acknowledged the change, and now you've embraced this change, and you're basically at the position of I'm just going to enjoy the change, and you're embracing that change and all the possibilities and all the doors that can open from the new that is now present in your life at this moment. So I really felt that it was very inspiring what you shared. Thank you so much, because it's not always easy when we're going through something, and something is so it's so recent, but the strength that you can bring to others is incredible. And I know that I'm speaking for many of us in this beautiful space here, that are thinking of you, that are sending our thoughts and prayers to you, Jeff. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that, sometimes I've spent my whole career and my successes as a planner. I like to forecast things, and I like to plan things, and I like to come up with frameworks for success, not just for myself, but for my family and the writers and team members that I manage, that I've been managing for years, I think that success is so much more simple if you. I'm not. Hey, I'm as creative a human being as you'll ever meet. I like just sort of freewheeling and letting things inspire me, and jumping off of cliffs and doing all of that. But when it comes to like some other major things, like I said, like career and family, I think that having frameworks is essential and it's important, and it streamlines processes. It's less expensive, right? You save money when you have frameworks. It's less stressful. But change is the one thing that's lacking frameworks at times. And when you don't have those frameworks into the future, wow, it's really scary. It really is. But maybe that's half of the journey that life is trying to explain to all of us, is that sometimes you just don't know. And maybe just following the word change for once instead of a framework might be the right path for some people, and it might be the right path for myself moving forward, or whatever it might be. But I guess I just want to say that sometimes you don't really necessarily know what the schedule is or what the framework is for the future, and that might not necessarily be a bad thing. That might be a place where you really discover new things, and most importantly, where you really discover yourself. So I'll end with that. And again, thank you so much for hearing me out. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Jeff. That was a nice summary to your points. Clint, do you have any thoughts on, there's been so many things shared towards this Attract Your Tribe and changes in our life?
Sorry, not at the moment. No, I'm near the end of the walk on kilometer 7, so I'm starting to melt out here.
Okay, we're going to go to Liam. Liam, welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. You're no stranger to the tribe here. Love to hear your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe and what it means to you.
Hi, Indra. It's great to be here, and it was amazing hearing Jeff. It's been a while since Jeff and I connected, but you shared some great thoughts and some really heartfelt stories there. So thanks very much for that. And in terms of attracting your tribe, I think being somebody who people can resonate with is really important. And that comes through the story and the narrative that you have about yourself. And a phrase that came to mind when I saw the title of this space and first joined was, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And if anyone is familiar with Simon Sinek, that is where that phrase comes from. And I think being able to articulate very clearly exactly what you're about, what you bring to the table, and the missions that you're going after, that is going to attract your tribe. So for me, I tell people that I'm driven by disciplined pursuit of helping people close the gaps between where they are and where they want to be. That is what drives me. That's what gets me out of bed every morning. And being able to articulate that in just one sentence has attracted so many different people that across the globe, but also share that mission and are trying to do that across various different things. So for me, I think sharing exactly what you're about, what you bring to the table, and then just being authentic, being yourself around those people, and it all comes from there, Indra.
I think that's wonderful. And when you say that you're very driven in the morning, so you wake up every day with excitement to share and to help people get on their journey to move from their current spot, their place, to their mission point, if I'm correctly summarizing that.
That is correct.
I love that. And being authentic in your sharing of your content seems to be the path that you're choosing to take everybody on the journey. I love that. And so what have you found as far as your experience in attracting your tribe, and particularly here on Twitter Spaces, because you are active and around on Twitter Spaces.
And I think it's so much easier to attract your tribe when people can hear your voice, and then they might follow you, they might see your content, and as a result, everything you write, they hear it as if you're saying it to them. And that is a really powerful thing. So that goes beyond just the initial connection. But spaces have been amazing because it is so easy to convey a message and to really provide golden nuggets, as some people call them, that won't necessarily fit into a tweet. And a lot of the topics that my spaces and spaces I join, they don't have a lot of content about them. So, like, there are things about community, there are things about attracting your tribe, but you can't really get the true value, I don't think, without connecting with others, hearing a diversity of thought on the topic, and then landing at a position of, this has added value to my life. And there are various people here that I want to connect with because they added some golden nuggets. They added real value to me in that 5 minutes that they spoke. And Spaces has been an incredible part of that journey. I think it adds authenticity to a Twitter account in particular, where anybody could just be an avatar sat behind a screen. But we are here as humans, and there are 50 people in this room right now. And where else do we get the chance every day to speak to 50 people in one room? If you imagine all of those people in your living room right now, that is an insane amount of people. So you attract the people to the space because of the topic, and there you go. There is a captive audience there that you can connect with. So spaces as a vehicle to attract your tribe is second to none. And if there's anyone here who's never spoken in the space, request the mic. I'm sure Indra would love to have you up. And you never know, just by sharing something in a space, you might attract just one person. You might attract 50 just to your tribe, and that is an amazing thing. I don't know anywhere else where you can do that in a live environment as effectively as you can in spaces.
Oh, Liam, I just love that. And yes, particularly in our community spaces, when we love to invite new people to speak, because this is a place where you don't know who could hear something that you're sharing in this space right now and resonate with you and want to be connected. So I think it's really important to be connected, to speak in the spaces, and we love and encourage you to come up and speak in the space. And even if you don't know what to say, just say, hey, I loved what the previous speaker said, and we'll just go with it. We'll actually support you. We'll just free flow with you and just get you comfortable. And on that note, I want to head over to, we're going to go to Bunsen Beaker, but I want to ask Ron, have you chosen somebody in the space that's retweeted the space? This is something new we've been doing. We ask everybody to retweet the space out, then we choose somebody. And speaking of attract your tribe, we actually love to read out the profile, and hopefully that resonates with some people in the space and you can connect with them. Ron, over to you.
Sure. We've chosen that mental health community warrior, Adam, and the man that understands that we should not stigmatize mental health. We're living in an age where some people aren't getting the help they need because they're afraid of being stigmatized, and that needs to stop. His profile, helpful advice on SEO, hashtag mobile, hashtag digital, hashtag social media, hashtag marketing for both newbies and experienced internet marketers. I also tweet hashtag business and hashtag technology ideas. So thank you, Adam.
Thank you so much, Ron, for choosing our member from the space, our person from the space, to highlight. And thank you so much, Adam, for tweeting out this Positivity Vibe Tribe community so others can join. And obviously, thank you to everybody else who has also tweeted out. We love to pick different people each week, or actually 3 times a week we have this space, and we invite people to join us in the space. And then also we love to meet new people in the space and hear the new voices. So yes, love to hear the new voices. Jason, we've been on quite a journey, and I'm happy you're not driving now and trying to speak in the space. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm sorry if my mic came on and you really heard me like shuffling about going out to my car. That's embarrassing, and I'm sorry if that happened. Thank you for muting me and kicking me off the speaker table. I apologize for that. That's a little embarrassing. I've just been listening to everybody talk about their attracting people that are like-minded, and the interesting thing is I've been working at the Bunsen and Beaker wall calendar, and it just struck me that our community, the people that we've attracted to the Bunsen and Beaker fandom, they've helped select the pictures that are going on the 2023 wall calendar. So here I am, going through all of their different voting and how connected they are to these dogs. And I'm listening to everybody talk, and I'm living it right now, which is really cool. So I thought I'd just give that and a shout out to all the speakers. I've learned a lot, and it's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much. And for everybody who's recently joined the space, the Bunsen and Beaker account are our partners that we are partnering with. So if you are into pets and science and feel good vibes in general, do connect with Bunsen and Beaker and follow their account. They have amazing spaces, regular spaces on Tuesday evenings and on Saturday nights, and then they have some surprise pop-up ones, so be on alert for those. And of course, I love to be in those spaces and just hang out and vibe with their tribe. Speaking of other tribes. Okay, so where are we at with our speakers? Okay, Jackie, warm welcome. Love to hear new voices in the Positivity Vibe Tribe space. What are your thoughts on Attract Your Tribe?
Oh, thank you so much for hosting this space. It's very beautiful. I'm a very positive person. And so like attracting one's tribe, and I think it really has to do with frequency attunement. Everyone is vibrating at their own energetic frequency. So I think in order to finally unite with your tribe, you're going to be vibrating at the same energetic frequency. And Bunsen, don't feel embarrassed. I mean, that was fate. Maybe someone that wasn't in the space before popped in, and now you get to share your messages with people. These gems of knowledge that we get to share with other people can change people's lives. A perspective, if you think one perspective can change your entire life, the way you view reality. And I've been saying this in the spaces that I've been in today, that you don't know who's listening. Even the speakers that are up there are listening, and the listeners below. And one perspective might help be the catalyst for their ability to understand a new perspective. Words are powerful. I've been in spaces about words and quotes and how relaying messages can really have the positive domino effect. I co-host a show every Wednesday from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time on mental health for women. Men come up all the time. Sometimes more than half the audience is men. But it's about like bringing people together through community. What I've found through Twitter Spaces is I've found the ability to speak to so many people. And it's interesting to think if 50 people were in my living room right now, what it would be like. But we are together. We're together through thought, through words, through messages. And I feel that when I have started to vibrate at a higher frequency, I'm always positive and always try to live life with kindness and respect and show that to people. But lately, over the past month, I've been able to find spaces like this where people are sharing their gems of knowledge, and it affects me. And the fact that I'm in other spaces that are conveying other people's messages, that I could have been a listener. And no one has any idea how one person can affect another. So by hosting these spaces, Indra and Noble, thank you. With great gratitude, I've been listening, and I'm so grateful that we have this ability to communicate with hundreds of people a day if we're in different spaces, or communicating with that one person who needed to hear your message. Thank you.
Appreciate the share, Jackie, and wonderful to hear your voice in the Positivity Vibe Tribe space. It's so lovely to hear new voices. We appreciate our regulars that are in the space, but there's just some sort of excitement to hear the new voices and new perspectives, and also just encourages others who are sort of, if you're on the ledge, right on the edge, like, should I speak in this space? Do they really want to hear what I've got to say? The answer is yes, we do. And we love to hear your voice. And everybody has something to share that's really valuable. And so often I'm sitting here and I am tweeting out as much as I can some of the gems that you guys are sharing. And I hope I do capture them authentically, exactly. I'm trying to do it exactly like a quote from you guys, but there are so many things. So, thank you so much, Jackie, for sharing, and I hope I captured some of the value that you just shared here in this wonderful space, so thank you. Okay, so let's go to Jessie. Jessie, welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe. I believe it's probably the first time we've heard you speak, and what are your thoughts on this topic of how to attract your tribe?
Well, thanks so much for having me, Indra. I've been in, goodness, I don't even know how many of your spaces at this point. And I know that we've been in a good number of spaces together as well with a lot of folks that we share in common, like Dr. M and so on and so on. So yeah, I saw the spaces like, oh, cool. I know half these people. Good enough. Let's go. Yeah, honestly, when it comes to attracting your tribe, I wish I was more adept at it, more versed at it, but like, who doesn't? You know what I mean? I would say for sure that the only thing that I can espouse at all with any kind of authority when it comes to that is straight up just authenticity. Just be yourself. The more that you're just being yourself, no matter how weird or how unusual or atypical or whatever the hell it seems or feels, the more likely you are to just like find people who resonate with that, with your actual self, with your authentic self. And then the nice thing about that is you can just be your authentic self around those people. Those people can be their authentic selves around you. Everybody's comfortable. Everybody's happy. What happens when you're happy? Well, according to a bunch of statistics and research, when you're happy, you're just better. You're just a better you. So is that person. And then set aside the happiness quotient and then look at body doubling. Oh, damn. You're surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded that you enjoy being around, and body doubling exists. Okay, well, shoot. Whether or not this is your quote-unquote perfect tribe or whatever the hell, you've now just put yourself in a very optimal position in at least two completely unrelated ways. One of them which is psychological for sure, one of them which is like psychological maybe. And no matter what, both of them are healthy. So yeah, it just makes sense. Do it as much as you can.
Love that add-on that you just added. Being yourself, and with your actual self. When we are ourselves, there is this relaxed state that we can be in. And I just feel like it's easier to give off our natural energy, our frequency, and be open to receiving when we are at peace with ourselves. And that's what you're really talking about, is just being able to be comfortable with yourself, being able to be at peace with yourself, and to show others who you are. I mean, this is just amazing, because when they really see you for everything you are, and we've been talking a lot here in Twitter Spaces about, the power of social audio and how it is so powerful here, being in a space together and hearing each other's voices. I mean, this is our voices, our voice basically gives off the energy, right? And people can hear who you are by the way you're expressing everything. about your thoughts, how you're sharing your ideas, how you're sharing some suggestions on how you improve, what's been working for you. And that's where I think so many of these things that I implore everybody, encourage you to look back under the main live tweet that I've put, and I hope I've captured you as a speaker correctly, because that's my passion, to capture as much as I can, because there's one thing that, yes, we can listen to the replay, and often many of us do. Thank you so much. But also, words are very powerful when we get to read them. So that's what really excites me, to kind of bring the words to life a little bit in these quotes after you've actually spoken the words in this space. It's really amazing. Yes, we have another speaker that's trying to connect. Cyril, welcome to the Positivity Vibe Tribe, and we are talking about attract your tribe. Did you want to add something, some thoughts about attracting your tribe? And welcome, warm welcome. It's the first time I think we've heard you in the space.
Hello. Am I speaking? So I didn't catch who this was for.
Yes, Cyril.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you. We're talking about the topic of attract your tribe. Did you have any thoughts that you wanted to share with us here in the tribe?
Yeah, I guess I'll go with what you said about just sort of vibing with this positive tribe, because I came in a little bit late. But like what everyone here is saying is just, I really like, I mean, I'm sure everyone here also likes listening to this kinds of stuff, these spaces, because it's, it's the energy that that is brought together when we're probably not even in the same country most of the time. And I would say, like, the way how I've been attracting my tribe at the moment. So I'm actually doing this sort of consciously, but also subconsciously as well. And then I know that, speaking of the subconscious, it gets sort of esoteric and a bit woo-woo, but I've been trying to understand what sort of values I personally stand for, and then actively look for people who I'm like professionally connecting with, and seeing if they seeing if they have some sort of connection to that value. So like, it's just, yeah, for me, like I've been trying to understand like really what I stand for in my life, and why I stand for those things, and then trying to connect the dots with those values. Yeah.
Sure. Liam, I see a lot of emojis going off. Did you want to jump in with some thoughts on what Cyril just shared?
I'm just in agreement with Cyril. I think Cyril speaks a lot of sense. I've connected with him in a couple of spaces. So definitely check out Cyril, because he's always got some nuggets to throw out. So I'm just in agreement, Indra.
Sure. I think we all are in agreement, Cyril, that the values, our core values, are the things that can really set the tone for connecting with others. And you can actually do some kind of, well, what I say is self-exploratory discovery work on yourself. And there's so many different ways to do that. Alone time, solitude is the best things that really bring that out. If you're into meditation, another thing, do some research, read different books on different life thoughts and lessons. Just throwing out a couple of ideas. Lance, I saw the emojis going off. Did you have any thoughts on this?
Hi, Indra. I'm back. And it's been a lot of great stuff that's been said. My mom's she's been listening, and she's saying, I don't know if I want to speak, but but at the same time, she says she's here with all of us, with her love, light, and blessing. It was just, she's saying it's a self-care moment.
Where did you go? Can you be heard?
Don't know if anybody's hearing me.
Yeah, we hear you, Lance, and your mum.
Okay, great. Awesome stuff that's been said here today. It's attracting your tribe using that zen energy that I was talking about before. It's just amazing. Like Indra says, words are powerful. Every action that we put into those words with meaning are powerful. Like everything that we're connected to, everybody and everyone, we are all one. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. And I was there was something going on with my mic. I was actually hitting my mic, everybody. My apologies.
Oh, no.
And I was actually then speaking, and the mic was on mute. My apologies. But please send my love, light, and blessings to Karen today, who's having a self-care day.
To you and the entire team and all the listeners, Indra. Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, Karen. It's so wonderful. We get two for the price of one with Lance, because if there's Lance, there's Karen. If there's Karen, there's Lance.
Thank you.
We're keeping it all in the family here, just
Yes.
one big family. I love it. So wonderful to hear your voice, Karen, and hope that you are doing well and are going to have a great rest of your day, both of you. Amazing.
Thank you, Indra. You as well.
Yeah. So just circling back around the tribe. Hey, Ron. Wow, we have been having quite a journey here on this discussion of attract your tribe.
Absolutely.
What are some things that have come up for you on this incredible space with so many people sharing and being so generous in sharing their thoughts?
Oh, there's just so many speakers today, and I've enjoyed every one. But I do want to say first my deepest condolences to Jeff, and I want to say I apologize. The last time Jeff spoke in our space, I hit the mute everyone button by accident. When I saw him again today, I said, Ron, don't do that again. I was dealing with somebody that requested the mic, and I accidentally did it again. I meant no disrespect, and I promise the next time you speak, I will not go near that button. I think Jason said earlier in regards to the, with social audio, you have to be authentic, and people can hear that from your voice. They can fool people for a certain amount of time, but not always. It's going to come out, and I think it makes me think about maybe that's why such few people it's such a lowest percentage of Twitter users that actually use Spaces, because so many people are being inauthentic. But also, Adam bringing up mental health community, I think it's important. And correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, but that new number, if you're having a mental health emergency, is 988. If I'm wrong, let me know. I do want to thank Clint for a book he recommended in our last, when he was a guest. It is Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy, which I recommend to anyone. It is great bibliotherapy. But everyone had, interesting opinions about how you attract one tribe, and I just thought it was all just fantastic. Thank you, Indra.
Awesome. Jeff, did you want to share any last thoughts about being in the space, about attract your tribe, and also some insights about how you're feeling? We're hoping that we're just giving you lots of extra love, light, and blessings for you and your entire family during this time.
Oh, you guys are too kind. I really, really appreciate that. I don't really have much more to contribute except that, just a reminder to all to be open to the possibilities of change and how that can possibly bring some more positive things in your life moving forward. There's absolutely no harm in investigating and taking a look at what change and the things that change can bring to your life. And so that's all I really wanted to add, is just be open-minded to the possibilities that what change can bring and do for you and your family. So I just want to end with that. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you. Tracy, did you want to have any last thoughts on this journey of Attract Your Tribe? I know we're heading back to Ron.
Wow, it's a privilege to have some last thoughts. I think just gratitude, and it's been really great hearing everyone speak today. There's so many different ideas, so much stuff that I want to kind of work into my own plans and what I want to do. So yeah, just really grateful.
Thanks so much, Tracy, for joining us. Adam, any last thoughts for Attract Your Tribe today? It has been such an amazing space with all of you.
I think, it's something that I often say. We have to lead with compassion and empathy, and love and light. And it's so important to be around the right people, the right tribe. Help us, help, if we're around them, they can lift us up, or we can lift them up. You never know. So I just think it's so important to have that. And the 988 number is in the U.S. The community has the mental health community has numbers for 150 countries. So if anyone is anywhere else and they want to reach out, it's all private. I personally called every number to make sure. And secure. I'm a cybersecurity person, so I really checked it out. So don't be afraid to reach out if you need help. Sometimes we have a day. It's one bad day. Don't let that one bad day uh, ruin the rest of your life. DM me. I'm available. I do this just to help because I care. A long time ago, I was injured very badly, and I called, and they helped me. So I know the power of. It used to be an 800. I think it was 1-800-273-TALK. And that was in the U.S. But please don't be afraid to reach out to anyone. And I think that authenticity is such an important part of our life. And we all feel it in our gut if someone is not truly authentic. So, DM me if you need, any resources. I'm happy to do any research, for you. And just truly, like Indra says, love, light, and blessings is the truth. It's what we all wish for each other and for ourselves. So thank you, Indra. Thank you, everyone, for making my day better. So I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Adam. And if anybody wants to tap into any resources, up in the nest, Adam has posted up some connections that you can reach out for the mental health community. And let's just do one quick commercial break up to the nest. Hey, everybody, I'm super excited about having super followers, the new VIP club. It's a monthly paid subscription for exclusive content. Yesterday, we launched our first super followers Twitter space, and basically was an Ask Me Anything on my career as a model, TV host, producer in film and television, and project manager and consultant. And then also it ended up being also some of the things I've learned from my mother being a nutritionist yesterday. So we went on quite a journey, and I'm so thankful to my super followers that I have at the moment. And then the next thing is up in the nest is if you are interested in joining our vibrant Positivity Vibe Tribe community, do join the community. You will not regret it. There are so many amazing posts in that community, and the people are just truly, their hearts are so full, and we're all supporting ourselves and each other on the journey. So it's just amazing, the beautiful posts, and it just makes me smile every time I drop into that community. Next, I'd like to thank our sponsors, to Wordsmith Pakistan. Thank you for all that you do for us, and thank you for sponsoring today's space. And then also lastly, there is the Attract Your Tribe YouTube show. So check that out. It's under 10 minutes. You can also find all of these links and resources. They're on my profile page if you hit the link and connect anywhere there. Okay, let's go to the rest of our speakers for very quick wrap-ups, and then we will start to close this amazing space. I never want it to end, but I think we're coming to an end. So MPHO Mofo, did you have any last thoughts on this space that you wanted to share?
Hi, Indra. Thank you for the opportunity. This is a beautiful space, so I want to thank you and Ron. My thoughts on it is on the power of audio that we've been talking about. This is great, and really people get to feel your energy through your words. I like what the other speaker was talking about, that many times people hide behind things, but when you get to actually be here and speak, we now you sort of showing us you, and you are sharing yourself with us. So the authenticity actually comes from that. It is indeed beautiful. And someone also spoke about the fact that you get to be yourself, no matter how weird people can think it is, but you get to resonate. People who resonate with you at the level of you being you, where you don't even have to make any effort to be you. You just you. So that is just a beautiful takeaway from me. I really learned a lot today. I got to grow. I got to expand. So I'm truly grateful for every speaker and listeners. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are closing the space, but we have one of our community members that's really active. Wace just dropped in. So Wace, do you have a quick share that you wanted to share with us in the closing of this space of Attract Your Tribe? But we always do love to hear your voice. So there you are. Jump in.
Hey, thank you so much, Indra. And honestly, I just want to say thank you for you hosting this space, continuously promoting positive energy, putting people into a position where they can ask whatever they feel like, and having your thoughts become things. And shout out to Noble Ron, Dr. M, who's not here. Clint, I got to be honest with you, I really did also want to come up here to thank you, because that interview you gave last time, ow, it blew my mind, man. Blew my mind. Really appreciate you, sharing your thoughts in the space with us, and hopefully, get to see you again in another interview. And shout out to Lance. I know you and your mom are consistent in the space too. So Really love seeing friendly faces that I see all the time. Shout out to Jeff and everyone else in here. Just want to show some gratefulness and appreciation because being accepted in spaces like this always makes me feel happy. But being able to like hear your thoughts and kind of like challenge my own thoughts and kind of learn from everyone in the room gives me a lot of meaning and purpose. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you again, Indra. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Waze. That just warmed my heart. I love to hear you in the space, and thank you so much for listening and for supporting the space. And Clint, we are going to have to bring you back because by popular demand, I have so many people in my DMs ask me, when is Clint coming back? And Clint, by all means, I also want to interview you for my YouTube show. So I think you would be a formidable interview. And wow, I think you would just share so many gems. Anyway, I've just put you on the spot there.
No worries. Today it's so much easier. I'm on vacation for 3
Yeah.
weeks, so and that started Monday. So going out for walks with the dog, which normally never happens at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or 10 o'clock, allows me to jump in a space and hang out with you guys for an hour and a half. So over the next 2 weeks, I'll probably be able to drop in on some more of them, Indra.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, I'm going to reach out to you and see when we can schedule you as a speaker also, because I know we've had you in the evenings, but there's a whole different crew with time zones and people around the world that jump in, as you know, during the day. So I'm going to be reaching out to you to get you, since you're on vacation. And there is a great love for you in the Positivity Vibe Tribe space. So thank you so much. Liam, did you have any wrap-up thoughts for this incredible space that we've been in?
A very quick thought, Indra, and we talked about attracting our tribes, but we can also be intentional about going after our tribe rather than just attracting them. So if there's been any speakers that have said something that you really resonate with today, send them a DM, connect with them, and not just one of those that say hello or follow me or some of those spammy DMs that you get, but let them know what truly resonated with you from what they said. Let them know that they added value to your life. And that is always an amazing thing to then go intentionally after your tribe as well as attract them. That's how you then build positive connections. And you never know, those connections might just turn into a great idea, which might then turn into something else. So they're my closing thoughts, Indra. Thanks very much for this space today.
Wonderful closing thoughts. Take some action. For all of you people that get very inspired by some of the, the thoughts become things and from The Secret, one of the big things that they really emphasize is taking action constantly on your dreams. So, Liam, you really just inspired me to think of that. Wonderful takeaway. Go after what you want, everybody. Connect with those people here in the space. Reach out to them. Open your heart, open your minds, and it's all about the realm of possibility. And I feel like that is really exciting. Okay. Clint, did you have any last thoughts on this wonderful space today?
No, I think those were very good summaries. People have you define your tribe, figure out first, do the work to figure out what your superpower is, what you want to be known for, stick in your lane, do the work to not only write and share your content, but build the social network, and your tribe will come to you and you'll find your people. And the other way to do it is to join their tribes and then branch out from their tribes as you grow with them. So if you resonate with Indra and the Positivity Vibe Tribe, join that, start to learn from them, start to grow with them, and they'll support you in your growth because everybody generally supports people that are in their tribe. So get in a tribe, join out on your own with what resonates with you. Back to you, Indra.
Beautifully said. Really nice conclusion. Thank you so much, Clint. I really loved everything that you said. We've been really blessed to be in this space today, and just so many incredible speakers. So I'm just feeling, I guess, full to the brim. My cup is so full, I can't stop smiling just sitting here with all of you amazing people in this space. It truly has been an incredible journey. Just enjoyed hearing so many people share their knowledge to help others in this space and to inspire. And what we all really want is to thrive in life. Ultimately, we want to focus on how to live and make the most of living a positive lifestyle, no matter what's happening to us, to be able to celebrate, to have gratitude in our hearts, in our minds, and to connect with others at the same level, on the same topics, with the same energy. And that is really living your best life. And we can do it every day, just in those moments of capturing being our best and continuing on the path, taking actions, Liam. Absolutely, by being creatures of action. And that means getting up every day. If you haven't found your purpose, that's another YouTube show to check out, and another Twitter Space interview that we had with Clint. And I'm going to be able to be posting that in a permanent format. So all of that knowledge is going to be shared continually. So do stay tuned to those. Words of wisdom I will be posting in a permanent format on those topics. But it has been truly an amazing space. I want to thank Ron, my co-host, and also Rev, our co-host, who had to step out to a meeting, who's very busy, but he is around. Thank you to our community so much. Thank you to our new community moderators that are around and popping in and out of the space. We really appreciate everything that you are doing. And thank you to the speakers today. Wow, we really hit the jackpot in you guys being in the space. Really appreciate you all. Thank you to our partner at Bunsen and Beaker, the account with the dogs and science. So check them out if you haven't already connected. Thank you to Adam and the mental health community for being here, for supporting the Positivity Vibe Tribe. We appreciate you, and so many resources. Just reach out to Adam, and they're also up in the nest. Thank you to so many of you in the space who were speakers and who shared beautiful, beautiful thoughts, constructive ideas, and actual real life authentic examples of you guys and your journey. And that's just so incredible and appreciated. I want to say especially a huge thank you to the listeners. The listeners bring the energy to the space. Yes, I'm living in Los Angeles. It's not soundproof here. You guys as listeners bring just such incredible energy to the space, and I know a lot of you are working away. Thank you for those DMs, by the way, that you are enjoying the space listening. I know you're working, some of you have been driving, and I love all the DMs. Keep them happening, people. Love to be connected to you all, and we're going to be back tomorrow in another community space. Thursday is our regular community space, and so we'll be back at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow. And in the meantime, I am sending you love, light, and blessings.
Have a good day, everyone. Get some of that Zenergy that Lance suggested. Creating the word.